How's it going, everybody? Today they have just added the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle operators and weapons into the game, so I'm going to be playing a little bit to try and grind up some XP for the weapons. I'm not going to be buying the bundles, so I'm just going to be playing zombies and grinding out the necessary XP. Figured this was a good opportunity to go ahead and make videos on trying out some of the new weapons, so for this match, I'm going to be using the binary trigger Tanto, the new ammo mod that was added with the Shadow event. Just playing with it and seeing what I think. I've actually used the gun a fair amount. I've already gotten Nebula on it, as well as played with it in multiplayer. And I actually really like it. I think putting a big magazine on it is ideal. The binary trigger feels really nice. You can shoot super fast with it, which, albeit, isn't necessary in zombies, but it's still a really nice adjustment. This thing actually feels really great in multiplayer, which I think is more important in my opinion. I don't do any multiplayer content at this time on the channel just because I actually get pretty frustrated in multiplayer. I'm fairly competitive when I play it, so I don't like to record it. It's hard for me to focus and talk at the same time, which is part of why I don't stream at all. Not to say that I couldn't, and that I might not in the future, but for right now, it's just not, it's a little bit of a hassle for me, so I don't. But so far, thoughts on the binary trigger: increases the fire rate significantly, way better than the rapid fire on the Tanto. I guess you could say it affects your recoil, but not really negatively too bad, because you can control your fire rate. Like, you can still single fire, and everything. So I haven't had any real problems there. I think the one thing I don't like about it is that it removes some of the other attachments. If I'm not mistaken, the barrel and the under barrel that you have available for the Tanto are removed because of it. And I would like to keep those, but I don't feel that I've really lost anything too terribly significant. This still feels good, like I was saying. It's got great damage. So far, I've really enjoyed it. I actually like this better than the FAL. The FAL feels good too, but I actually really don't like the burst fire that it gets when you pack-a-punch it. I will do a video on it next, just for fun, but yeah, so far, those are kind of my thoughts. Let's see if we can get moving. My overall goal in this video is just to play around with the Tanto a little bit, so it's not going to be a super long video. I'm going to be playing this match probably up to round 100 because I need a large chunk of XP for unlocking these turtle weapons. Like, the katana is the first one that I'm going to be going for, so you'll probably see me do a video of it before very long. But right now, I don't want to make this a super long video, so I'm just going to be highlighting the Tanto a little bit, giving my overall thoughts, kind of showcasing the gun. I think it's a lot of fun. I'll get up here into this next section and should be able to showcase how quickly you can just kind of clear a horde. Deadshot's really fantastic on it, so that's something I'll probably purchase quickly. We'll see here. Might actually get lucky and get it out of like a bone pile or something, you never know. But let me get these guys rounded up here in this room, and I should be able to show pretty nicely like the new fire rate on this thing with the binary trigger and everything. So what the binary trigger does is it's almost like semi-auto, but it's not just whenever you press the button or pull the trigger, it's also when you release it will fire. So it increases the fire rate significantly. Check this out. Easily just wipe out everybody. Put a big magazine on this thing and it is no issue. It is super fun. You can also shoot with it fairly slowly and precisely like I am here if you want to as well, because it's entirely based on your speed that you put it at. So I actually really like it. I think it's a lot of fun, and the large magazine that I'm using on this doesn't negatively impact the gun too heavily either. I think it's still extremely usable in multiplayer with this, and even in zombies, well, especially in zombies, I guess I should say, it completely is not an issue. Like, in zombies, having the extra magazine is only a benefit. You don't really feel a lot of the mobility drag or anything like that, and the decrease in speed on reload is so negligible because you can get speed cola. So 100% big fan of the binary trigger Tanto. I think it's a massive improvement to the gun from the base options. So I actually really like this one. That's why I wanted to do a video on it first, is because I just think it's really fun and is a really good attachment that changes, it overhauls the gun and makes it, in my opinion, so much more fun, so much better. Let's go ahead. I'll play along probably until I get the ice staff, because once I have the ice staff, I'm going to be starting just trying to do high round strategies, so my gun will end up being like the back seat. It won't actually get a lot of benefit. I'll probably go ahead and get dead shot, I guess, because I really think this gun's going to shine with dead shot, but get that and then probably go for the free free perk you can get in here from lighting the fires. Still in fairly early rounds right now. It's only round 5, so we haven't missed out on anything too terribly. I'm not going to be using any gobble gums or anything like that because it would totally just be a waste. Unfortunately, we do have a bug round here. I'm not a big fan of bug rounds. I do like them better on this map because they're so easy to deal with. It's just vermin. I don't know why. There are parasites on this map, but the bug rounds are just vermin, and that seems so silly to me, like such a huge mistake. Okay, got our ammo. Got enough now to go through this door as well, so let's go see. I probably won't do it just yet, but get that door open so that we can go get the Pack-a-Punch crystal at the end of this round. Got lots of bone piles you can run around and check, which I'm still doing just on the off chance that I get any free perks. Because that's the really nice thing on this map, is there are so many free perks that you can get, not just from bone piles, but also from that Easter egg. You get a free Aether tool, free Pack-a-Punch crystal, all very, very nice. Now, to my knowledge, there's no change to the gun whatsoever when you Pack-a-Punch it. Not in any of my attempts using it or anything. The binary trigger doesn't get some kind of a special Pack-a-Punch ability. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't get benefits from it. Obviously, the increase in firepower. It may get an increase to rate of fire, but I wouldn't expect it to, because you already have pretty much as fast as you possibly could. But let's go ahead, round everybody up here, get another nice little cluster of them for this quick shooting that we can get from this binary trigger. This is how I like to handle most rounds on the tomb, to be totally honest. This is one of my favorite training spots, because it is so easy to just get everybody grouped up. Let's see, get a couple more here. Now, I do want to leave somebody, like I had said, at the end of the round, just so I can go do the Easter egg for the Pack-a-Punch crystal. Go ahead and get rid of the spider. I don't think he's who I want to keep. Alright, so now we're more than prepared to go get the Aether crystal. And I'm pretty much just going to be blazing through this towards getting the ice staff. Like I said, my goal in this match, not necessarily for this video, is to try and do high rounds for XP, because you can go to the barracks and get the swords from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bundles from that without having to purchase the bundles, but it's going to require a significant amount of XP to be earned. Oh, I hate that rock. That fast one's the one that always messes me up, if at all, because I've gotten so used to the locations of them, it's not an issue, but that fast one likes to get away. I'm going to go ahead and shoot these. Now, you can let these mushrooms grow. I'm only going to be doing it this round, shooting them to get the goodies from them, but you can let these mushrooms go and get free perks from them as well, which is totally advisable. It's actually a really good thing to do. See, I'm going to go ahead and get some bonus point, double point action going on here too.
Double point.
That way we can get some good value out of the Juggernaut vending machine, as well as a little bit of extra essence built up here. Okay, go ahead and grab the bonus points, and then we run over to the Juggernaut machine here and lay down at it while we've still got some time. So that's a little nice chunk of essence. We can do something similar by going in here. We don't have the double points now, but we can check the bone piles and stuff in this room since we haven't opened the room yet. If you've watched any of my previous videos, it probably is no surprise seeing what I'm doing here. I've done it in pretty much all of my runs on the tomb. It's one of the best maps for a strong early start, in my opinion. You get so much value just on the ground everywhere. I think I will go ahead and collect these boxes to the statue heads. I'm not going to be doing the golden armor Easter egg for a while, but I can go ahead and collect the statue heads so I don't have to forget about it later. So if you have any difficulty finding them, this is exactly where they're located. One is right across from Juggernog, and then one's right in front of this green door next to this little structure. Okay, we're looking pretty good now. I think I'm going to go back and get Deadshot. I think I want Deadshot. Deadshot feels a lot better on full auto weapons, in my opinion, so it might feel a little awkward on the binary trigger Tanto, but it's still going to increase your headshot damage, and if you're not spamming for just like max speed shooting, you're going to have a really good time with just like the effective headshot snappiness and stuff that you get. So I think that's what I want to get first. Getting a little extra firepower is usually what I prefer over survivability. I've played this so much, I don't struggle too terribly much without Juggernaut or anything. So that's why I think having this is going to be a little bit more beneficial for me. But you can make that decision for yourself, obviously. If you have a harder time with survivability in the game, it may be more beneficial for you to make sure to use your essence on Juggernaut right away. I know that's pretty much a go-to for most people. Just doing a quick check here for any more bone piles, but they don't look like they've respawned, so now I'm going to go see what my free perk's going to be. Then after that, I'll flip the round and start saving up some more money. I'll have to get the other door open for doing the ice staff crafting. Zombie's gonna get cooked if it's not careful. Okay, so that's got that. Let's see what our free perk is. I missed. There we go. PhD isn't bad. I really like PhD, but it's not going to help me too much with anything I've got going on here. I don't know what I'll get next. Maybe quick revive? Quick reload? Stamina up's not bad whenever you're doing the actual ice staff, like freezing these fires. So maybe I'd consider that. Probably not soon. Especially not since we got PhDs, so mobility shouldn't really be an issue. I do want to shoot that to get that moved around. Silent worm. Of course, round 10, we can go get the Aether tool for the Tanto. That'll be nice. So obviously doing the Deadshot spam isn't the most advantageous for taking advantage of the binary trigger's new fire rate, but it's very effective in my opinion for just kind of going like this. So you can still go pretty quick with it if you really want to. It can be a little bit jarring, but it's just so effective. So I apologize if that's hard to watch at all, but that's a really fun way of going about using this if you want to do more than just what I'm doing here and basically single-shotting. The reason I'm letting the binary trigger, by the way, do both shots, even though it's mostly one-hit kills, is because I want to finish them off for sure. It is possible that they could survive the first shot, so the second one would take off their head the rest of the way, so it's pretty nice. So let's see here. I don't plan on going into the Dark Aether area at all at the moment because we don't have anything to really gain from in there. I do want to go ahead. You know what? I might go in there just to get Juggernog. But let's see here. Let's go ahead and get this other door open so we can start moving the fire over here as well. Okay, just get that out of here. Got a few more bone piles we'll be able to get in here now too, which probably won't amount to much. Treasure Hunter on Death Perception really does improve your odds of getting good stuff from these bone piles and stuff. So that's one big benefit from it that makes it almost worth getting. But I don't have Treasure Hunter equipped on it anyway. There are two others that are semi-useful, not really. It's really hard to say that anything on Death Perception is useful by any means. But so you've got Critical Eye, which makes it to where it's possible for you to occasionally get critical hits with body shots, which I guess is good. It does make it to where you're dealing more consistent damage if you're not hitting your headshots frequently. But honestly, with Deadshot and how good it is, that's kind of a waste in my opinion. And then you've also got the Elemental Weakness one that makes it to where you can randomly get like a kill from elemental damage if it wouldn't normally. From what I've seen from like Donuts testing and stuff, it only takes out maybe like 10% of their health at most, so it's still pretty pointless as well. But I've got the elemental one just for the off chance that it kills something for me without me having to shoot it anymore. I know it's not a huge difference, so but I also crit significantly. Like, I don't know, if you're not big on headshots, the Critical Eye is probably the better option for you, but I really enjoy Deadshot, so much so that I often will buy it as my first perk if I am using a weapon. So, like if I'm using a gun rather than a melee weapon. Oh, missed. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of the binary trigger. I think the Tanto is so much more fun, much more usable now than it was previously. At least that's my personal opinion. And I want to know what you guys think. I also would love to hear what you guys think of the FAL. I was excited to see it, and really was enjoying using it until I pack-a-punched it. And then it actually made me not like it very much. I don't like the burst fire on it in zombies. If you are seeing my cryo ammo here, obviously I have mine set up to where it does the ice cloud on kills. I actually really like that. It's not necessarily the best option, but it's the best for crowd control. I don't know. I go back and forth with it. I also really like big game on it because being able to affect elites really matters, especially if you are going up against a lot of elites using like melee weapons and stuff. Cryo Freeze is really good on melee weapons when you're going up against elites. With the big game augment specifically, because it can slow them down for you. But it's also more advantageous, in my opinion, when you're going up against abominations rather than amalgams. So that is also kind of a drawback. Amalgams are so fast and aggressive on their own that slowing them down doesn't really make that much of a difference. I mean, it can, absolutely, but it's not as much of a difference as the abominations? Yeah. So let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. We got 1, 2, 3, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Yeah. Man, I would like that zombie to stop touching me, please. So if you have difficulty doing this step, you can also always wait until you have a higher damage-dealing weapon. Like, for example, once you have it pack 2, have the rarity upgraded on it, what have you. I think that this is very doable with a pack 1 weapon, even with the specials that spawn, so I'm not that concerned. But Deadshot really helps with that too, as you can kind of see. Makes really quick work of everybody. Did I move the fire by accident? I guess I did. That's funny. Cryo Freeze is really fantastic against Doppelgas, just to slow them down for you. I don't know if you guys have checked out my crafting and upgrading the Ice Staff videos yet, but they show this off really well too. I think the Tanto is probably a better weapon than the one I used in that video, but, you know, preference is everything. So we should be, yeah, it's the last dude. Go ahead and get him. No, not the last one. My mistake. Okay, I've got a wave left. It was going so well, I just thought it was over. Getting a nice freeze effect on everybody here from that cloud. I do want to grab the max armor real quick. I'm not necessarily hurt, but I want to refill my plates. I will say the binary trigger does negatively impact the damage range on the Tanto, and there's not really anything you can do to fix it because it removes the long barrel as an option. But that being said, in zombies, that's not going to make any difference, and if you're playing multiplayer, just know that you have to get, like, up in people's pockets. Like, you gotta get pretty close. But it's not... I still don't think it's extremely negatively impactful by any means. Still about 1 round off from getting the Aether Tool. Trying to debate whether there's any other perks that I want to purchase before moving on. I'll probably end up using Scrap to get the Mutant Injector to do the staff crafting step, because I really hate that step. Not because it's impossible by any means, or even at all necessary, I just don't like that step, and failing it is annoying. Okay, so you're slowed, but you're not at all dead, which is fine. Let's go check on the constellation in the other room. See if we can get that knocked out before going and upgrading our weapon. I can't remember, is it round 10 or round 11? I think it's round 11 on the Tomb for the Aether Tool. And then it's round 10 on Liberty Falls. I did play a little bit of the other maps recently, just for the... just for testing out some of the weapons. This weapon wasn't too bad, but the... Oh, I messed up. The FAL had a huge issue with one of its camo challenges that was really busted. So I was playing around with some of the other maps to see if it was any easier on any of them. And it turned out that I preferred working on the FAL in... what was that map called? Citadel, yeah. I was playing mostly on Citadel for the FAL camo challenges, and that was because it was a really easy map to survive on. So you could go in, get Deadshot right away in the second room, kind of like on here, and you can actually get a free brain rot from doing the Simon Says here, but I don't like doing that and didn't want to focus on opening the extra door, so I just took some time to play on Citadel just for kind of a change of pace more than anything. And I had quite a bit of luck on it. Also, obviously, if you're doing like the headshot challenges, Citadel still has that bug or exploit where you can use the fire traps for getting headshots for your gun, so it can help with that too. But it wasn't helping with the brain rot. For whatever reason, the brain rot was absolutely requiring that you got brain rot kills. Like, so for me, I went with the pheromones, because, well, It's my preference anyway, but I like setting up brain rot to work like monkey bombs. So I set it up with pheromones, the major augment that makes it to where the zombies are attracted to your brain rotted zombie, and then I set it up with explosions so that when the zombie dies, it explodes and takes zombies with it. On average, you'll get somewhere between 6 and 10 kills usually. So, I mean, that's not an immense amount, but in my opinion, it still at least felt faster than letting them go around and infect each other and get kills that way. When I'm training zombies, it seems like I'm lucky to get a couple of brain rot kills because they are so bad at keeping on the targets. Like, they'll just chase them and not actually hit people, so that's kind of where I was at with that and why I decided to go with my preference, which is like making them into monkey bombs. You can also make them into decoy grenades rather than monkey bombs, but you won't get any brain rot kills that way, or except for the one zombie that got brain rotted to begin with. I know this doppelgast is like on my butt and won't get in front of me for some reason. Okay, finally got that finished. We can get our max ammo, the last staff piece, which I will go ahead and take. And now we just need to do the staff crafting. So, let's see here. I am going to go ahead and spend just a smidge of my money. I'm going to go ahead and get level 2 armor, though I won't need it for this. And I might get quick reload. I don't know. How much money do I have left? Should cost 4,000 for my next one. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. Let's run over here to the crafting table real quick. Just get a mutant injector. Have you guys tried out the war machine yet? I think in zombies it's totally worthless, like no point getting it whatsoever. But in multiplayer, it's kind of fun. Ooh, we got stamina up for free, so that's nice. My big problem with it in multiplayer is that it is a higher score streak than even like the hand cannon and stuff. So if you're not somebody really getting a good streak, you're not going to get it hardly at all, and it's not that good. Like, it's good in multiplayer, but it's not that good. So I don't know. I have a little bit of issues with it personally, or a little bit of issue with the way that they set it up. I think in multiplayer it should be a lower score streak, because if I'm not mistaken, it's a higher streak than like the Overwatch Helo, which is ridiculous. It's definitely not better than the Overwatch Helo in my opinion. And then in here, there's no reason to use it. You're absolutely better off just getting a mutant injector for anything that you might be doing with it. So, kind of silly, in my opinion, the way they set it up. Certainly no reason to buy it in zombies. Like, if you got it off of something, that would be cool. I don't think you can, though. I don't think you can get the hand cannon or the war machine from like elite or special kills. If you could, it would be good. Then it would be worth using, just because you'd be getting it for free from time to time, and that would be fun. But there's no reason whatsoever to go craft it. That's totally silly. If you're gonna craft a score streak in zombies, you absolutely are gonna just want a mutant injector. This is taking longer than I'm used to. Oh yeah, my mutant injector ran out. That's crazy. Normally this is over well before then. Looks like it finished finally. I'm just going to toss a monkey bomb over there because I was about to toss one anyway. But that's fine. We have our ice staff. I guess I can keep this video going a little bit longer because I do still need to upgrade the ice staff. Keep you guys with me for that process, I suppose. Let me know down in the comments if this video was too long. That'll help me gauge how long you guys want me actually showing off weapons and testing them out with you. What round is it? It's 10 now. Let's go ahead and wrap up this round and get the Aether tool for my gun. Get it up to purple. Because the damage is definitely falling off right now. But we got pretty lucky with our perks so far. I bought a lot of the ones that I cared to, and getting Stamina Up and PhD for free is going to make the next step super easy, where we've got to shoot the little fires. Okay, do that, get our purple Aether tool, and then let's go see about lining up these fires in here. What do we have here? In this one, I think it's right here, which is fine, and we've got a pretty good spot right there, so I should be able to hit these in pretty quick succession of each other. Get out of my way. Let's go see where this one ended up, because this will be the other one I go to get. Yeah, I think that should be fine. With PhD and Stamina Up, I should be able to run to those pretty quickly. So let's just get it down to like one zombie and finish up here, because I will cut the video as soon as I finish upgrading the ice staff. I think that's a pretty good showcase of the weapon too anyway. You get to see it at both underpowered and overpowered levels, between like the level 1 Pack-a-Punch with no rarity and stuff, where the damage really starts to fall off. You can use this gun, I think, into higher rounds potentially than if you were using some of the other new weapons like the like the PPSH and stuff like that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to. Let's go ahead and break that. What was I doing? Right, freezing these fires. So let's go ahead and get that going. Go boop, and get that one. Head on over to the last one. Hopefully we're fast enough here. Yeah, looks like we got that, so no problem. Go hit the symbols in the Dark Aether. See, one of them's right here. First symbol looks like the hourglass looking thing. Where else we got a symbol? Since it randomizes their location, it can sometimes be difficult to actually find them. And I think it's hard to see the symbols sometimes. That one's the kind of stick figure looking thing. Kind of looks like the Sentinel artifact as well. And then we got the N for the last one. Looks like it closed the blue door, so let's head over to the green one. Still trying to check the bone piles from time to time. It seems like it diminishes significantly on like free perks into the later rounds, but I still like to check them. Go ahead. We got anything over here? Nope, none of them came back. That's fine. I'm probably going to be changing up the content on the channel quite a bit still going forwards. We got the hourglass, stick figure, and the end. We've got Monster Hunter Wilds coming out this week or next week, and I'm probably going to be getting it and recording it because it's brand new and it looks like it's going to be super fun. So don't know how much Call of Duty I'm going to be doing in the next coming weeks, and unless we have something super interesting go on, like I know the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle event is showing that it's not started yet and won't start for another like week, which is weird to me because they released the characters and the weapons and stuff like that, but they didn't actually release whatever event they're doing. So take that how you will. But so there's that. Maybe I'll end up coming back and doing a little bit of stuff for that. I know I'll definitely end up coming back and making videos whenever like they release the new zombies maps and stuff, just checking them out, trying to help with the Easter eggs videos and everything like I've been doing, because I really do like those. The Easter eggs are a lot of fun in these zombies maps, but I don't really get big into the multiplayer content or anything, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So I most likely won't be making any videos on like the new multiplayer maps or game modes. I looked at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff that was available, like the TMNT Mosh Pit and stuff like that, before coming into this match, And I was tempted to try it out and make videos off of it, but it's going to be such a slow method of leveling up and getting these new melee weapons that it just didn't seem worth it to me. So we did run out of ammo here, unfortunately. I'm having a little bit of trouble, actually. There we go. So we got that done, got the ice staff upgraded. That's where I'll end off this video here with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, checking out the Tanto. I really do think it is fun and worth trying out with the binary trigger. I think it's better. I think it's much better than it used to be without it. If you guys are interested, let me know down in the comments and I can maybe put my build for the Tanto in the description. But I'm not going to do it unless people actually want to see it, so let me know. But thanks for joining me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.